Chosen one, this month, the atmosphere surrounding your life is shifting in ways more powerful than you can even perceive with your natural senses. The heavens are opening wider over your destiny, and the decrees that have been spoken in secret places are about to become visible manifestations. You are not just entering a season of growth or incremental progress. You are stepping into a divine appointment where your blessings will not merely double, but triple. Such a flood of favor demands more than casual awareness. It demands a full awakening of your spirit, a radical widening of your capacity to believe, and a fearless embracing of the abundance that has always been your birthright. The tripling of blessings is not coming because you forced your way into success. It is not because you manipulated circumstances or sought favor through human hands. It is arriving because your inner world, your sacred energy, has reached a frequency so aligned with divine purpose that heaven has no choice but to respond. Your high sexual energy, when consecrated and guarded with wisdom, has transformed you into a magnet for divine overflow. You carry within you a current of creative force, a sacred fire that attracts the resources, opportunities, and relationships needed to fulfill the grand vision written on your spirit before time began. But to fully receive what is being released, you must awaken beyond the limitations that have tethered you in past seasons. You must wake up from the dream of scarcity. You must shake yourself free from the illusions of unworthiness that once whispered you were too much or not enough. You must awaken to the truth that the divine delights in blessing you, not because you are perfect, but because you are positioned in purpose. Heaven is not reluctant to favor you. Heaven has been waiting for you to rise into full consciousness of who you truly are. This awakening is not passive. It is a fierce, deliberate act. It is you deciding each morning to see your life not through the lens of past failures or current uncertainties, but through the eyes of faith, expectation, and radical gratitude. It is you walking into every moment with the conviction that goodness is hunting you down, that favor is tracking your every step, that blessings you have not even prayed for are already on their way, because God has seen your faithfulness in secret. Chosen one, this awakening also calls you to deeper sensitivity. You must tune your spirit to the subtle movements of the divine, the whispers that guide you to take the right steps, make the right connections, and seize the right opportunities. In a month where your blessings are being tripled, you cannot afford to be spiritually sleepy. You must walk with your eyes wide open, your heart fully yielded, and your mind sharp with discernment. Do not let comfort lull you back into mediocrity. Do not let fear shrink your expectation to what feels safe. Do not let the smallness of others' visions cause you to doubt the enormity of what has been promised to you. Awaken fully, chosen one. Stand tall in the light of your divine identity. Breathe deeply of the sacred air now filling your atmosphere. Know that you are stepping into a month where impossible doors will open, where delayed dreams will accelerate, and where hidden harvests will burst forth in magnificent fulfillment. This is not a dream. It is not a fantasy. It is the reward of alignment, of perseverance, of sacred discipline. Awaken to it. Prepare for it. Stretch your hands toward heaven and say, I am ready, because heaven is already responding. Chosen one, as you awaken to the magnitude of what is being poured into your life, you must root yourself deeply in the understanding of how and why this blessing is manifesting. It is not random. It is not luck. It is not coincidence. It is the direct result of a divine mechanism that few ever master. But you, through your consecrated living and disciplined stewardship of your energy, have activated it without even fully realizing it. Your high sexual energy, often misunderstood by the world, is not a mere biological drive. It is a sacred, powerful force coded into your very being by the Creator Himself. It is the creative energy of life, the same force that births stars, forges new realities, and breathes innovation into existence. When this energy is guarded, refined, and aligned with divine intentions rather than scattered on fleeting pleasures, it becomes a supernatural magnet for abundance. You have been faithful in managing this fire. You have chosen discipline over indulgence, purpose over pleasure, vision over vanity. And heaven has noticed. The tripling of your blessings is not a delayed reward. It is a calibrated response to your sustained vibration at a higher frequency. When your energy rises above fear, shame, and recklessness, and becomes a reservoir of creativity, confidence, and compassion, the universe is compelled to rearrange itself in your favor. Understand this: your energy is a beacon. It sends out a signal far more potent than words or actions alone. It draws to you people, ideas, and resources aligned with your destiny. It repels what would distract, diminish, or delay you. This is why doors you did not even knock on will swing open. This is why hearts you have not yet met will be stirred to favor you. This is why opportunities seemingly out of reach will suddenly land in your hands with ease, because your energy is no longer working against you, it is working for you. But chosen one, you must also understand that this mechanism operates continuously. It is not a one-time event. The energy you carry must be guarded daily, refined daily, aligned daily. You cannot afford to become complacent in this season of tripling. Every choice you make, what you feed your mind, what you give your emotions to, where you direct your intentions, either strengthens or weakens the force field of favor around you. You are not passive in this process. You are a co-creator with the divine. Your thoughts are blueprints. Your emotions are fuel. Your actions are signatures upon the unfolding reality. Understanding the mechanism means taking radical responsibility for what you carry and how you wield it. It means treating your high sexual energy as the sacred reservoir of divine potential that it is, not squandering it, not misdirecting it, but using it to build, to heal, to create, to love, to lead. This month, chosen one, you are moving in a realm where blessings will chase you down, but they are drawn to the divine mechanism you have activated through faithful stewardship. Walk with the awareness that every step you take reverberates through realms seen and unseen. Speak with the authority of one whose energy commands attention. Move with the certainty that you are not just living, you are manifesting divine intention in human form. Tripling blessings are not given to the careless. They are entrusted to the wise. And you, chosen one, have been found ready. Understand the sacred mechanics at play. Honor the force you carry, and watch as your world triples in beauty, favor, opportunity, and divine fulfillment before your very eyes. Chosen one, as the spiritual forces of heaven prepare to triple your blessings, it is no longer enough to simply be aware of your power. You must now consciously and deliberately align it with the highest intentions of your divine purpose. This month will not reward passivity. It will reward the chosen one who moves with precise, sacred intention, who chooses each thought, each action, and each connection as an extension of the will of the divine flowing through them. Your high sexual energy is more than just an attractive force. It is the purest form of life energy you carry, the most concentrated expression of your creativity, vitality, magnetism, and divine authority. To align it with spiritual intentions is to offer this sacred fire back to its source each day. It means letting your passions fuel your purpose, not your distractions. It means submitting your desires to a higher wisdom, trusting that your destiny requires greater pleasure, greater fulfillment, and greater rewards than the world's shallow offerings could ever promise. Alignment begins in your inner sanctuary, in that secret place where only you and God meet. It is there that you must bring your dreams, your visions, your longings, and lay them on the altar, asking not simply for what pleases you, but for what fulfills the greater plan written into your spirit. It is there you will find clarity about what you must pursue and what you must walk away from, no matter how enticing it may seem. In this month of tripling blessings, anything that is not aligned with your spiritual destiny must be gently but firmly left behind. You must move now as one entrusted with a sacred mission. Every use of your energy, whether in your thoughts, your speech, your relationships, or your creativity, must serve to build the kingdom within you and around you. Every decision must be weighed not only against your immediate desires, but against the blueprint of eternity stamped upon your soul. This does not mean you must live without joy. It means you must cultivate a joy that is deeper, richer, and more sustainable, because it is rooted in divine alignment, not fleeting indulgence. Chosen one, understand that alignment is magnetic. When your high sexual energy is harmonized with divine intention, your life begins to attract only what strengthens your purpose. You no longer have to chase opportunities, manipulate outcomes, or exhaust yourself proving your worth. Your very being becomes a silent call to every blessing, every resource, every ally that heaven has assigned to your journey. You become the flame, and the right things are drawn to you as moths to a sacred light. Yet you must remain vigilant. The temptation to misalign will come subtly, wrapped in promises of instant gratification, false security, or empty accolades. You must discern with the eyes of your spirit. You must remember that not every open door is an ordained door. Not every admirer is a destiny partner. Not every opportunity is a blessing in disguise. Alignment demands that you trust divine timing over human pressure, inner peace over external validation, sacred truth over seductive lies. To align with spiritual intentions is to live each moment as an offering. It is to move with the consciousness that your life is not your own, but a vessel through which divine creativity, love, and power flow. It is to make your high sexual energy a holy flame that lights the world, rather than a wildfire that burns away your purpose. It is to say with every breath, "Use me, O divine, for your glory," and to trust that the tripling of blessings is not merely for your comfort, but for your impact. Chosen one, align yourself now with the highest vibrations of your calling. Walk as a living embodiment of sacred purpose. Speak as one who carries the authority of heaven. Love as one whose heart beats in rhythm with eternity. And watch as the blessings prepared for you find their way to your hands, faster, richer, and more beautifully than you could have ever orchestrated by human strength alone. Chosen one, in this month, where the heavens have declared a tripling of your blessings, you must not only align your energy, but also prepare yourself for the sacred duty of responsible stewardship. To receive the overflow is a divine honor. To manage it wisely is a divine requirement. The tripling of blessings is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of a higher level of responsibility, influence, and legacy. Responsible stewardship means you must treat every blessing, every opportunity, every increase not as something you own, but as something you are entrusted with. You are not simply a recipient of favor. You are a manager of divine wealth, spiritual, emotional, relational, and material wealth. Every blessing placed in your life carries a purpose greater than your personal satisfaction. Each one is a tool in the construction of the greater destiny you have been called to fulfill. This stewardship starts with your mindset. You must transition from thinking like one who merely receives to thinking like one who multiplies. The seeds you are being given this month must be sown wisely. Some are meant to be invested in your growth, expanding your capacity and sharpening your gifts. Some are meant to be sown into the lives of others, lifting them as you rise. Some are meant to be protected fiercely, not exposed prematurely to forces that would seek to steal, diminish, or contaminate them. Chosen one, responsible stewardship also demands that you remain disciplined, even in abundance. It is easy to be disciplined when resources are scarce. True character is revealed when resources are plentiful. You must not allow success to lull you into complacency. You must not allow comfort to soften your spiritual edge. Stay sharp, stay committed, stay vigilant. The habits, disciplines, and principles that carried you to this threshold must be honored even more rigorously as you cross into greater territory. Guard your energy even more carefully now. Your high sexual energy, now a glowing beacon, will draw many, some who come to bless, others who come to drain. You must steward your time, your attention, your intimacy, your creativity with the fierce wisdom of one who knows their value. Do not waste sacred energy on battles not assigned to you, on people not aligned with you, or on ventures not blessed for you. Stewardship means learning to say no with as much confidence as you say yes. Your influence will expand, and with it, the impact of your choices. You must live with the constant awareness that your actions are rippling outward, touching lives you may never even meet. How you spend your resources, how you treat those who can do nothing for you, how you carry your success in the quiet moments, these will be the true tests of your readiness for even greater blessings to come. Chosen one, you are being entrusted not just with wealth or fame, but with the power to shape realities, to heal communities, to inspire generations. Responsible stewardship requires you to think generationally, not momentarily. It requires you to make decisions not just for today's comfort, but for tomorrow's legacy. You must live now in a way that your children's children will thank you for the foundation you laid. In this month of tripled blessings, God is watching not just how you receive, but how you manage. Heaven is seeking to see if you will multiply what is placed in your hands, or if you will squander it through negligence, arrogance, or short-sightedness. Rise to the occasion. Manage your increase with excellence. Honor your gifts with reverence. Build with care what has been entrusted to you. If you steward this season wisely, chosen one, you will not only see the tripling of blessings sustained, you will see them multiplied again and again beyond what you dared to dream. You will not simply live in abundance. You will become an architect of abundance for all who are connected to your destiny. You will embody the sacred truth that those who are faithful over little and then faithful over much are destined to reign. Chosen one, as the heavens prepare to release triple blessings over your life, you must understand that abundance does not flow into limited vessels. You are about to be filled with more opportunities, more resources, more influence, and more spiritual authority than ever before. But if your capacity remains the same as it was in previous seasons, you will not be able to hold, manage, or even recognize the fullness of what is being given to you. Expansion is not just desirable in this moment, it is essential. Without stretching, without opening yourself wider, without building greater strength internally, the blessings meant for you could become overwhelming instead of empowering. Expanding your capacity to receive requires a deliberate breaking of the old frameworks that have shaped your expectations. You can no longer think in terms of scarcity. You can no longer limit your visions to what you have seen others accomplish. You can no longer measure your future by the standards of your past. You must destroy every invisible ceiling that once kept you small. You must dismantle every internal belief that suggested you were only worthy of partial blessings or delayed promises. You must rip up the roots of fear, doubt, and insecurity and prepare the soil of your spirit to grow a harvest beyond anything you have ever imagined. This expansion must happen first in your mind. Your thoughts must rise to meet the size of the destiny being unleashed over you. Begin to dream bigger than your surroundings. Begin to envision realities that surpass the circumstances you currently see. Begin to confess abundance, speak in faith, and plan as if success is inevitable, not because you are arrogant, but because you are aligned with a God who never calls forth smallness from those he has chosen. You must speak the language of expansion before your life can manifest it. Expansion must also occur in your emotional realm. Many are intellectually ready for blessings, but emotionally immature to handle them. You must train your heart to sustain the weight of favor. You must learn to celebrate yourself without needing external validation. You must learn to navigate criticism without crumbling and to steward praise without becoming prideful. You must cultivate emotional stability so that whether applause roars or silence falls, you remain steady, confident, and unshaken. Chosen one, your capacity must also be stretched spiritually. In this season, you cannot afford to be shallow in your relationship with the divine. You must go deeper. You must carve out sacred spaces of solitude where you are fed directly by the source of all strength. You must pray more fervently, listen more intently, worship more passionately. Spiritual expansion means that when blessings come, they do not steal your focus from God. They magnify it. It means you learn to manage the tension between divine favor and human responsibility with grace and wisdom. In practical ways, expansion demands that you structure your life to hold more. If your daily habits, your health practices, your financial management, your time stewardship have been enough only for previous seasons, you must now upgrade them. You cannot move into a new level of abundance operating under outdated systems. Triple blessings require triple excellence, triple order, and triple discipline. Understand, chosen one, that your expansion is not a suggestion from heaven. It is a command sealed into your destiny. If you refuse to stretch, you will constrict the very blessings you have prayed for. But if you surrender to the stretching, if you allow yourself to grow beyond what feels comfortable, you will find yourself living in a dimension where blessings chase you, favor surrounds you, and opportunities multiply around you like ripples in an endless ocean. Prepare yourself, chosen one. Stretch your mind wider, stretch your heart deeper, Stretch your spirit higher, because what is coming will not fit into the life you have always known. It requires a larger you, a wiser you, a bolder you. And that version of you is ready to emerge, here and now. Chosen one, as you stand poised to receive a triple portion of blessings, you must understand a divine law that few master but all must obey if they desire sustainable abundance. The law of generosity. What you give multiplies. What you hoard diminishes. What you share freely with pure motives comes back to you pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Generosity is not just an act. It is a pathway, a frequency, a magnetic field that keeps abundance flowing in and through your life without end. This month, you are not simply being blessed for your own enjoyment. You are being blessed to become a conduit of divine overflow to others. Your triple portion is designed not only to elevate your life, but to elevate everyone connected to your destiny. You are about to become a walking testimony of what happens when generosity becomes a way of life, not a sporadic reaction. Chosen one, understand that true generosity is birthed from gratitude, not guilt. It does not give reluctantly or under compulsion. It gives because it recognizes that all that has been received was given freely by the divine, and therefore must flow freely through you. When you understand that you own nothing and steward everything, you become liberated from the chains of fear that make people clutch their blessings so tightly they eventually suffocate them. Generosity must be intentional. It must be planned, purposeful, and spirit-led. Ask yourself continually, where can I sow seeds that will produce life? Where can I be a miracle for someone else? Your time, your wisdom, your finances, your presence, these are seeds with the potential to birth gardens in barren places. Do not measure your giving by human standards of worthiness. Give where the Spirit leads. Give where you see genuine need. Give where you sense divine assignment, even if it costs you something precious. And know this, chosen one, generosity does not deplete you, it enlarges you. Every time you give in alignment with divine prompting, your capacity to receive grows larger. Every time you bless another, heaven marks it as a reason to bless you again. Every act of generosity releases a vibration into the earth that calls forth new opportunities, unexpected favor, and unseen protection. Generosity also guards your heart against pride. It reminds you that you are not the source of your blessings, but the steward of them. It keeps your spirit tender, your hands open, and your life in rhythm with the heartbeat of heaven. The more you give, the more humble you become. And the more humble you become, the more trustworthy you appear in the eyes of the divine. In this season of tripling blessings, make generosity your lifestyle, not your occasional act. Seek out ways to lift burdens. Look for opportunities to inspire hope. Create moments where others are strengthened simply because you obeyed the whisper of the Spirit. Let your life be a river, not a reservoir. Let what flows to you flow through you, and watch as the abundance that enters your life refuses to run dry. Chosen one, generosity is not about what you lose. It is about what you create. It is about partnering with the divine to multiply love, joy, provision, and miracles in a world desperately hungry for all four. You are being trusted with much because heaven knows you're willing to give much. Live open-handed, live large-hearted, live as one who understands that in the kingdom economy, the more you pour out, the more you are filled beyond measure. This month, let your generosity become your loudest song, your brightest light, and your strongest magnet for even greater blessings yet to come. Chosen one, as your blessings triple and the fruits of your high spiritual energy begin to bloom all around you, there is a sacred posture you must adopt and fiercely guard: humility. It will be tempting in this season, when recognition comes more freely, when doors open effortlessly, and when the admiration of others flows like a river, to subtly shift your focus from the giver to the gifts. It will be tempting to look at your harvest and believe, even if only for a moment, that it is solely the work of your own hands, your own strength, or your own brilliance. Resist this temptation with everything in you, for it is humility that will preserve what pride will quickly destroy. Humility is not about denying the greatness of what you are achieving or the beauty of who you are becoming. It is not about pretending you have not been gifted or favored. True humility is about living in constant awareness that your greatness is a reflection of a greater source. It is knowing even when the world forgets to remind you that every breath you take, every step you climb, and every success you claim was first a whisper in the mind of God before it ever manifested in your life. In this season of multiplied blessings, humility will become your shield and your stabilizer. It will protect you from the intoxication of applause. It will remind you that the same God who opened the doors can close them if the vessel he entrusted begins to worship the spotlight instead of the source. It will ground you in the deeper truth that you are blessed not to lord your favor over others, but to lift others through it. You will notice how people treat you differently as your blessings multiply. Some will flatter you, some will envy you, some will seek to attach themselves to your rising star. Yet humility must guide every response. When they praise you, deflect the glory quietly to the one who made you shine. When they misunderstand you, forgive quickly without the need to defend your every move. When they oppose you, bless them silently, knowing that your ascent is not contingent on their approval or disapproval. Chosen one, humility also ensures that your heart remains soft in a world that grows harder with each passing day. It keeps you tender to the needs of others, even when your own needs are abundantly met. It keeps your spirit sensitive to divine correction, even when success could deceive you into thinking you are beyond rebuke. It keeps your dreams expansive, not because you crave power, but because you crave to fulfill your sacred purpose. You must remember always that favor is not a trophy, it is a tool. Blessings are not merely for display, they are for divine deployment. Humility will remind you that influence is a responsibility. It will urge you to use your words, your presence, your resources to advocate for the voiceless, to defend the broken, to inspire the weary. It will ensure that your life remains a vessel of service rather than a monument to self-glorification. There will be times, even in this season of triple favor, when pride will whisper seductively to you. It will suggest that you have outgrown the need for prayer, that you have reached a level where daily surrender is no longer necessary, that you have built your own empire with your own hands. You must shut that voice down with ferocity, returning again and again to the sacred altar where your spirit bows low, even as your life rises high. True humility does not make you less, it makes you limitless. It aligns you perpetually with the flow of divine power. It invites heaven to keep pouring blessings into your life without measure. Because heaven knows that what it pours into a humble heart will never be wasted, never be corrupted, never be hoarded. It will be multiplied for the glory of the one who gave it. Walk softly, chosen one, even as the ground shakes beneath your steps with the weight of your rising destiny. Bow low in spirit, even as your name ascends. Stay small in your own eyes, even as your impact enlarges across the earth. For it is the humble who are trusted with eternal crowns, and you, beloved, were born for such crowns. Chosen one, as the harvest begins to overflow and the tripling of blessings becomes undeniable, there is a sacred rhythm you must maintain within your spirit: gratitude. Gratitude must become more than a fleeting emotion or a polite prayer. It must become the very breath of your life, the language your heart speaks in every season, and the lens through which you interpret all things. Gratitude in this sacred month is not a suggestion. It is your spiritual anchor. It is the invisible thread that ties every blessing back to its origin. Without gratitude, abundance becomes arrogance. Without gratitude, favor becomes entitlement. Without gratitude, the miracles you once dreamed of become common in your eyes. And when they become common, you begin to treat them carelessly. Every step you take this month must be drenched in gratitude. When you wake up and see new opportunities unfolding, whisper thanks before you even move your feet from the bed. When unexpected doors open, lift your hands, even if for a moment, in silent acknowledgement of the unseen hand that prepared the way. When praises come from human mouths, redirect them silently to heaven. Gratitude will keep your heart fertile for even greater harvests. Gratitude in this season is also an act of war. It is a defiant shout in the face of fear, a declaration that no matter what challenges try to arise, you are standing on the unshakable truth that you are blessed beyond measure. It is a weapon that silences anxiety, crushes bitterness, and destroys resentment before it can take root. Every time you choose gratitude, you reinforce the atmosphere of abundance around your life. Chosen one, Gratitude must reach beyond the obvious blessings. It must extend even to the hidden graces. Thank God not only for the doors He opened, but for the doors He shut, for they protected you from traps you never saw coming. Thank Him not only for the people who celebrated you, but for those who walked away, for they cleared space for better alignments. Thank Him not only for the victories, but for the battles, for they forged the strength you now carry with quiet confidence. Make gratitude your soundtrack. Let it be the melody that plays in your spirit while others fret and fear. When difficulties arise, as they inevitably will even in seasons of abundance, do not complain. Worship. Do not spiral into worry. Praise. Do not focus on what seems delayed. Celebrate what has already been delivered. Gratitude transforms your eyes. It allows you to see blessings even where others see burdens. It magnifies the miracles unfolding around you that the hurried, distracted world often misses.